Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to solve Leetcode problem 206, reverse linked list. So we are going to use two methods. So one is the iterative, another is recursively. Yeah, so I'm going to implement both. So this is a template in Leetcode, at least like a reverse linked list. If you can solve this problem like iteratively or recursively, yeah, normally you can use it as a template to solve other linked list problem because it is used very often. At least there are more than 5 problems that will use reverse linked list tricks. So we should grasp this template. Yeah. So I'm going to explain it in whiteboard first, and then go to the code editor to implement these two methods. Now let me go to the whiteboard. So for example, if we have a linked list like 1, 2, 3 pointed to none, so how should we gonna reverse? First of all, we're gonna prepare a none. So this none is just a node. There is nothing inside. It's just a none. And my previous pointer will point it to this none. Yeah. So this is my previous pointer. And my current pointer will point it to the head because this is head. So my current pointer will be pointed to this head. And then I'm going to use it recursively or iteratively. Basically, the idea is the same. What I'm going to do, so for the first step, I'm going to find the next. So what is the next? Next should equal to current.next. Yeah, so I'm going to find the next first. And then I'm going to let this node 1 pointed to none. How should I do that? I should let the current.next should pointed to this previous. So this current pointed next pointed to previous. After it pointed to previous, so there's this node will be none. Yeah, so there will be no this node. Yeah, it will be like here. And after that, what are we gonna do? We're gonna just shift the previous pointer to the current and current to the next. Yeah, and then we shift the previous pointer to the current, and so here will be the previous pointer and here will be the current pointer. Yeah, so that one should be easier. We should first shift the previous to the current and then current to the next. What about the next step? It's also the same. We're just gonna loop through each time. So for this one, as you see, this node has already pointed to none. So for the next one, the node 2 will be pointed to node 1. What are we gonna do? So the current will be shifted to this next. First of all, we find the next. This n is next, and then the current should point it to the previous. So this 2 will be pointed to previous, and here will be nothing because this already pointed to previous. After pointed to previous, we're gonna shift this p pointer and c pointer. Yeah, so the p pointer and the c pointer will be here. So this will be the previous pointer, and this will be the current pointer. What about the next one? Next one will always be the same. So this, we're gonna find the next. So what is the next? The next to this node. So this is the next. What about this current? So the current dot next should point it to this previous, and then we're gonna shift this current and previous. So the current previous would be here and the current would be here. Because we are going to check this current. While there is current, we're gonna do this. Yeah. While there's no current, we're gonna just return this previous. We're gonna return this previous. So this is the result. Now let's go to the code editor to finish the coding. Yeah. I'm going to use the recursive first. Yeah. So the recursive would be very useful as it will be an API used in other linked list problems. So I'm going to define a reverse linked list function. Yeah, because here has a reverse list. So here I'm going to define this function. And what I'm going to do here, I will write a pass and I'm going to return this function. So what is inside, as I explained, we will put a previous as none. So the previous would be none and the current would be the head. So we would put the previous and current inside. And then we're gonna check if there's no current. We're gonna return the previous. So for the first step, if there is a current, what is the first step? We're going to find the next node. The next node would be the current dot next, and then the current dot next should point it to the previous, as I explained earlier. Yeah, if you don't understand here, you go back to the video and you go back to the video to check what I mean, and then I'm just gonna return. Yeah, I'm gonna return this function. So inside it will be the current and next. Yeah, here I just want to save two lines. Also, I can return the previous and current, and here the previous current shifted to one step. But I don't need to do that in recursive function. I just need to return this current and next. Yeah, actually that is the next step. Yeah. Now let me run it to check if it really works. As you can see, it works. Now let me submit it to check if it can pass all the testing cases. And by the way, the type complexity is ON. Yeah, as you can see, it works. Now let's try to solve it in iterative way. So for the iterative, it's also the same. Now let me just delete some code and try to do it in iteratively. Yeah, and I'm going to delete these areas. But here, I'm going to use these two lines of code. Let's define a previous and current. So the previous should be none, and current should be the head. After that, I'm going to use the while loop. So while current, the next node should be current.next, and current.next should be the previous. And what about the previous and current? So the previous will be the current, and the current would be the next. Yeah, we can write two lines on one line. It is okay. We just need to understand if there is any influence to our links for the linked list. If there's no influence, we can use like one line. Yeah, it is even more simple. What are we going to return? If there's no current, we're just going to return this prev node. Now let me run it to check if it works. Yeah, as you can see, it works. Now let me submit it to test all the testing cases. Yeah, as you can see, it passed all the testing cases, and maybe the iterative function is a little bit faster than the recursive function, but the recursive function is more useful. Thank you for watching. If you think this is helpful, please like and subscribe. See you next time.